I'm a huge fan of Grave Conversations. I'm what you call a super fan. I like to watch all the people crying in the caskets and whatnot. That's my first time in a coffin, yes. It felt like one of the beds I slept in my childhood at Lake Ozark, Missouri.
Is this in case I wet myself?
Oh, you know what we should have done? We should have taken all my pants off, and then at the end we could lift this up.
Nope.
Wouldn't that be
Just
great?
in time for the movie to come out.
Hey, Superman fans, we got a big surprise for you. Only it's not that big.
Hello, and welcome to Grave Conversations, the only show where your favorite celebrities get to lie down. I'm your host, David Dastmalchian. Today's guest is someone who I hope lives for a very long time. He is a writer, a director, the best friend you could ask for, and a producer who has a great laugh. He is known for blending genre stories with heart, humor, and spectacle. From Guardians of the Galaxy to the Suicide Squad to the upcoming Superman. Please welcome James Gunn.
Hi, David.
Hi.
From a casket.
Yeah. How does it feel laying in a casket?
It doesn't feel like anything to me. I couldn't care less that I'm in a casket.
It's as an interview like format. What I find really interesting is like we're not able to look at each other. Like we're just laying on our backs. I like.
You
this.
like doing a talk show.
I do.
Especially if it's from a casket.
Especially, or if possessed people show up.
I can't believe I agreed to do this.
Because I know you're a diehard fan and follower of the show. We're going to get into our first segment. Why waste time? This is called Questions You Need to Answer Before You Die, or as they call it in the book of Revelations, quintabid. If you could have dinner with a supervillain, living or dead, who would it be and why? You can have up to 3.
Up to 3. Well, Batmite, Lex Luthor. What are you laughing about?
I'm just excited.
You're excited for my next one?
I'm excited for your answer, yeah.
I want to see Absorbing Man.
Oh.
He's Marvel, but you
That's
know.
fine.
I still would like to see him absorb some stuff.
Where would you take him?
To Via Veneto. In Santa
You took
Monica.
me there once. That's very nice.
It's a very good restaurant.
Very good restaurant.
It was
Thank you.
delicious. Batman was still first. So don't make this about me choosing a Marvel.
No, it's about Batmite was the first on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, Batmite I'd do anything to hang out with that little freak.
If you wanted to create chaos, what word would you eliminate from the English language?
I don't think there's any word that you could cause that much chaos with. You just replace it with something else. So this is a bullshit question.
It's a great fucking answer. I love that.
But the world would work better. You ought to say, what word would you eliminate to make things better?
Yeah.
And there's so many. Very, kinda, all these fucking things that get in the way of just saying what you want to say, right?
Very.
Get
It's
rid of
so
that.
overused. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What did you think of getting to see Superman? I loved it. I don't want to hear you kinda liked it. I don't want to hear any of that shit.
But you've actually seen the movie.
I've actually seen the movie.
All right. What's the next
Okay,
question?
James, you could Keurig.
I ask the questions from now on.
Go for it. I'm here.
What do you got? Go ahead.
You
Go
could
for it.
Keurig anything other than coffee. What would it be?
If I what?
You could Keurig anything other than coffee. You've got little pods. You've got a maker. You just put it in. Boom. It's ready. What is it? What do you want? It's not coffee.
What?
I drink a magnesium supplement that is very calming for my anxiety in the afternoons. And I would have a little, because I have to mix in the powder and I have to do all this and add flavor to it and stuff. So I would have a little.
I'm a
Keurig
big maker of smoothies. I make really elaborate smoothies. I like to put almond butter in there and corn.
Corn.
I'm also really, really good at hot cereals. Do you know this about me, David?
What was the stuff called when we were kids?
Maltomeal?
Maltomeal, yeah.
Right now, what I'm thinking is, I wonder if somebody's out there. It's like, oh God, Maltomeal. I haven't thought about that for a long time. That's cool. Wow, I should go see Superman.
That's exactly what they're thinking. Okay, Batmite off this list. What fictional character would you want to be best friends with?
I got a best friend. His name is Stevie Blackheart, and he's my best friend till the day I die. I don't care about your stupid fictional best friends, but if I'd have a second best friend, it would be Batman.
TV, I hope you're watching this.
I'll watch it now.
Okay, Warner Brothers, full reorganization. Where do you think the...
That's a Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. What's the question?
Where do you think the Animaniacs live now?
They're in my side of things.
That's right. I want to see you do something with the Animaniacs, actually.
No, I don't give a shit about anime.
All right.
No, I like the Animaniacs. They're great. That was a good show.
This is a heavy question, James, but I didn't write it, okay?
I'm not gonna cry like that pussy, Matt Lillard.
Matt,
also,
you know we love
also a good friend of mine. I thought it was very charming when he cried in this casket.
It's a beautiful episode.
I know. I watched it and I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna cry, or am I dead inside? And then I laid down in here and I got that answer.
What emotions accompany the responsibility of inheriting the role of shaping Superman's future?
Excitement, fear, and joy.
It's such a different world than when we were kids. I remember like the Donner Superman. I didn't see it in theaters. It was really impactful.
I saw it in theaters opening weekend at the Pair Cinemas in Manchester, or in De Pere, Missouri, I guess.
The world though, like 2025, looks quite different. How much do real world events, the way the world looks now, play into how you approach this new journey of Superman?
I actually think there's some similarities between the original Superman and this Superman in that respect. I think that, the world was going through an upheaval in the early 70s, and Superman was a return to this bright sort of hope and cheerfulness amidst all of that. I don't think that's any different than this today. So I think it's something about Superman that sometimes people think that Superman is Pollyanna or old-fashioned, and I'm like, yeah, he is, and that's okay. He is, just this basically good guy that believes in those old-fashioned values of love and saving human lives and being good to each other, being kind, being polite, and all of those things are kind of made fun of today, just as they were sort of in the 70s. And yet, that's what he stands for. And so, in a way, he's edgy because he does go against the grain.
Yeah, it's hopeful, it's optimistic, it's loving even.
Loving,
and
I think
love
loving
that.
is. I actually think loving and good is better than hope, because hope is a certain thing about the future, and there's hopefulness there for sure. But I really think it's much more about Superman being kind, and that being okay, because a lot of people aren't.
What is the feeling you want people walking away with after they see your film?
You know that feeling, and I'm sure the people out there know that feeling of that magical feeling you feel when you get out of a good movie, that high that you feel, and you love the person you're next to a little bit more than how much you love them when you walked into it, whether it's your buddy or your mom or your wife or husband or whatever, your kid.
Gonna be Arlo and Penny for me. I cannot fucking wait to get to share that experience with them.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to see it. And so, yeah, so that's what I want. I want people to be able to walk out, feeling like that.
I just tried to take control as much as I could and just let the interview go where I want it to go, not where David Dastmalchian wants it to go.
Well, let's pivot to something cheeriest of all that we're going to talk about today, death and dying. Are you ready to talk about it?
Yeah,
End of
totally.
life? All right.
I have no weirdness about this.
Death stuff.
No.
We've talked about it a lot.
Yeah,
You were very thoughtful. And
My
supportive.
wife, my brother-in-law, Alec, they hate talking about death. You know why? Because they love being alive so much. They're happy.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. What's the question?
We're getting into my favorite segment. It's called Death Wish. How would you like to die?
My grandfather, I had 4 grandparents, and 3 of them were in terrible shape. I thought they were going to die at any minute. I had 1 healthy grandfather. He walked out to get the mail one day and had a massive heart attack and died on the spot without ever any warning whatsoever. I don't know why I'm laughing at that.
Just like that.
And that's a pretty good way to go. But it was also a little hard for the family because it was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Whereas like with my dad, he passed away. Everybody got to say goodbye. We all felt as comfortable as we could be with the passing of the person we loved most in the world.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But my dad had some pain with death. My grandfather did not.
There has to be a happy medium in there, I think. My dad, it was so long. I think I said bye to him like 6 times over the course of 2 years. I did the big okay, we're going to have the goodbye conversation.
Yeah.
Did, and then it would last long. My mom, though, it was
Your
so
relationship
fast.
with your dad was more difficult.
It was really complicated. So I was grateful I had that much time to say goodbye. The first couple times were a bit of a strikeout. And then we nailed it by the last one.
Boy.
But mom was so fast, it was too abrupt. My aunt found out she was dying. She had 2 weeks to like tidy it all up, say goodbye to everyone who wanted to say goodbye, and then fell asleep 2 weeks into the diagnosis and then was gone.
Has anybody ever fallen asleep in this casket during this interview?
God, I hope not. They probably haven't. I didn't realize it. It's comforting.
Yeah.
Do you and Jen ever talk about like funeral planning and talk about what you want?
No, we've never talked about it. She's very sensitive around this subject. She doesn't like talking about death. She gets upset. She gets upset about me dying because there's a good chance I'll die first.
Sure.
I'm in much better shape than her, though.
He's not. She's in incredible shape. Do you know, have you thought about if you want to be buried or cremated?
Definitely don't want to be buried. Sorry. Caskets. It's a waste of space. Why do I want to fucking take land up for the worms with my body, dead body? I think I would like a Zoroastrian funeral. You know what that is?
I don't know.
Okay. That's where you put your body out on, a stand and the vultures eat you.
Pyre or something? Oh, sure. And the vultures come and eat you.
Yeah. I would like to feed
Well,
some
mine
vultures.
is going to need that in
pretty
some
gross,
way. I've been talking to my estate lawyer forever to help me with this. I would like my skull preserved and used as a prop. And there's all kinds of legal
you said that
crap to
before.
go through
You
with
said
it.
that
But it
before.
means bugs eating off everything. That's how they do it. They put the head in a glass case with these bugs.
Yeah, what does it matter to me? I'll be dead. But you have a weird relationship to death. There's something about you that likes it.
I mean, drawn to it, but it's kept me up nights. It's instilled
Really?
like insomnia with me since I was a little boy. My fear wasn't just death. I mean, it was death for sure, but it was infinity that freaked me out because my fear was if I have consciousness post-death, the idea of infinity used to spin me out like.
Okay, I totally relate to that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why when people say, "Oh, I wish I could live forever," my friend Val's like, I'm like, "You don't want to live forever." He's like, "Oh, yes, I would. I would live forever." And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's miserable.
That's torture.
Yeah. I mean, at least in the way we perceive
The way we perceive it of like
You know,
walking
the way-
around on like a really pretty street somewhere.
In this body with this limited, I mean, you only can do so many things so many times. It's going to get terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming and talking about it with me.
You know, time doesn't exist. I don't think. I think that time is an illusion or a construct, and that really everything happens at once and forever. So I think there's such a thing as death, but there's also your life lasts forever.
I try to look at each day like that. Like
Every
this
day.
is it. It's just today. There's no yesterday. There's no tomorrow. It's like today.
No,
is
there's a
today.
yesterday and tomorrow, but every moment lasts forever. So you have to be good in that moment and take care of yourself because this precious moment in front of us right now is around forever. Forever. You're going to experience it forever. And I'm grateful for all these people that get to watch me choosing to live this precious moment of eternity in this dumb casket interview.
I love this about you. You know, we talk about music often. People look to you. It's like your soundtracks or something that are like a cultural phenomenon. If you got to program the mixtape for your own funeral, what's track one? You don't have to do the whole track list, but like, what's track one? What are we opening with?
Maybe Kentucky Avenue by Tom Waits. It's a beautiful song. It makes me cry. It's so beautiful. Now, I'm not sentimental being in a casket. I'm not sentimental or weird about, I don't care about, a lot of things that get other people all worked up. and you could close this casket. I don't have claustrophobia or anything like that. But the one thing I am sentimental about is the song Danny Boy. You know the song Danny Boy?
Yeah.
If fucking somebody starts singing Danny Boy to me, I will instantly cry. It's about a dead Irish kid, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like something about my genetic, my dad was a cry guy, you know? He's very sentimental about things. And so that's something I've inherited. And we went to my great uncle's funeral in San Diego. And somebody got on it's not the stage, but the altar, it's a Catholic mass, and was singing Danny Boy. And my sister and I both instantly started sobbing. And then we're laughing at each other because we're sobbing so hard.
God damn it. I love you. Thank you
I love you too.
for being here with us today. Okay, let's talk really briefly about what's happening with you outside of the casket. This is a segment we call Living for This. We should have a song for that. What is it right now that you're working on that makes you feel really alive?
Nothing.
Nothing. Time with your cat and your dogs.
Does that count?
That could count, I guess.
That's because it's working on something?
Yeah, you know, personally. Well, it says what are you working on personally? Maybe,
I'm working on my relationship with my wife because I've ignored her for way too long while I've been working so hard. 2 years ago, I wrote 650 pages of material. Last year, we, shot and produced 650 pages of material. And so I need to be a better husband and a worse CEO.
yeah, there's no strategy book for how to have healthy relationships while embarking on this career, which is demanding 24/7. But
is it really?
Is it?
No.
For you, I mean, Jesus, I don't even know.
I
how
know,
you
but
do
I work too hard. But I mean, listen, I could have a regular life and still make a lot of money and still be doing this if I wasn't quite so crazy, but I just go overboard a little bit.
I loved it. It was great and fun. I love being with David again. And everyone should buy a Titan casket.
Thanks for being here today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Very grateful.
Can I go home?
Not yet. One last thing. You have one last thing.
Okay,
Before
that's good. I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
You've seen the show before. I would love for you to give your own eulogy. It's spelled out Y-O-U-logy. It's very cute. As the writer in you, I'm sure you appreciate that. When I say die, you're going to have 60 seconds to give yourself your own eulogy. It's the most important speech that you'll ever make in your life about being dead.
Is right now?
It's going to happen in just a second. I want, hopefully, you to make the audience laugh and cry, but don't make it about you. Well, you do have to make it about you because it's your eulogy. Don't blow it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, die.
James Gunn was a guy we liked a lot. He was nice to me. He gave me my first break in the business, and he married me. And he was my owner since I'm a dog. Ozu's also giving. They're all giving the speech at the same time. So my dog, all the people I helped, my wife, they're all giving the speech simultaneously. No, actually, I want my dog to give my speech. Can I do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Although he's
your eulogy.
going to probably die before me. No, he'd give a terrible speech. They told me before the thing that we're going to do this, and I'm like, oh, I should think about that. And I go, oh, no, it's not worth my time. Here's the thing. I would like people to, you screwed me up by saying I needed to make people laugh because I was going to be serious about it. And then you said I needed to make people laugh. So now I feel pressure
You don't have to make
to be
people laugh.
funny. Too late.
I'm sitting here crying, so
Wait.
you don't have to make people laugh.
You're
Are you surprised that I'm crying right now?
not really crying.
I actually am.
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
about you dead, and it made me really sad.
Oh my God, stop it.
No.
Dude, the amount of times I've laughed at you crying is hilarious. And then all the time, every single time you're like, it's really hard. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty hard to make me cry. I remember one time I kind of got teary-eyed over something. I said, I don't cry very often. You go, I don't either. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You cry over everything.
No, I mean it. I thought I was just sitting here as you're talking about your death, and I was like, Jesus Christ, without you.
Don't worry, you're dying way before me. I just want to have good relationships with the people that I love and who love me. You know, I had a friend died who had a lot of fucking messy relationships. And it was so sad going to that funeral, not only because he died way too young, you know, but because people had so much unfinished business with him. So I want people to be able to cry when I die, but to cry with freedom, to cry with, I loved that person and that person loved me, for them to know how much I loved them and for them to know that I knew how much they loved me. Like, that's what I want out of my death. And if I do that, then that's pretty cool. The only thing that would be cooler is staying alive forever and never needing a Titan casket. No, I don't want to stay alive forever.
Time's up. And our time is up. That was
Thanks,
absolutely
David.
beautiful. Thank you, James. Everyone go see Superman. I love you. Thanks for sharing space with me in your life. It's been a real pleasure. Anyway,
I love you too.
I'll see you out there. Bye.
Bye. How long do we keep it like this for? I can't get out! Well, he's still in there. How long does he stay in there?